Hey there. With rest comes focus. And it does. It does. On the days that I'm well rested, I find my focus is really, really good. On the days that I'm not, my focus isn't quite as good. And if you saw the first take of this one, you'll know what I mean. When I do these, every now and then I have technical difficulties that I start and stop over and delete the first try, but they go live on Facebook and then they get posted to YouTube and stuff. But this time I stopped, and I've only done this a few times for content purposes. So if you saw the first one, you know where I'm sitting at today with rest and focus. If you didn't, I want you to know that I do try to get as much rest as I can. And last night as I was preparing for this, I did some research and found the common number that people recommend for sleep is about 7 hours. You'll see 8, you'll see 7.5, you'll see never more, never less than, some various numbers, and that never less than is not consistent at all, so I won't even throw out a number. But 7 hours seems to be the norm. But there are other ways to rest too. So sometimes resting is just to rest our mind. Sometimes we can focus on something. People who go to the gym often feel more rested than people who got a full night's sleep and got up and hit it without doing that strenuous exercise. Because that exercise actually, it gives you a whole bunch of other things. And there's a whole bunch of hormones that kick in from that and that help you out. But there's also, I took my mind off all this stuff I had to work on, and I just got into something. And taking that mental break can be very important. I take a few times during the day, I take a few moments just to clear my head. Sometimes if I'm sitting here working and getting a lot of stuff done, just getting up and taking a simple walk to get something, just pacing around the room for a minute, and then coming back to it gives you that mental break. It's a kind of a micro rest almost, but it gets you away from it. The days that I don't take a lunch break, and I used to be absolutely had to take a lunch break every day, and that allowed me to get from a rough morning to a rough afternoon and still have my focus as best as I could. I don't do that as often as I should right now. And so that's something that I'm looking to get better. Can I give myself a little bit more of a break between two parts of my day? Because I know that will help me keep my focus. And I found at this stage of my life, I can be pretty well focused. When I was younger, I could be pretty well focused. There was a time in between. It was tough. And all the little tricks, all the things to get yourself some space. There are books written about rest. And I've got one over my shoulder. I've got to figure out which shoulder. I think it's right there. I've got a book called Rest. Great book. Talks about all kinds of details as to what rest does for you. If you Google the importance of rest on focus and productivity, you'll find a ton of stuff. So kind of look at your resting patterns. If you're struggling to focus, where can you find bits of time to get some rest? If you've got the luxury of taking a nap in the afternoon, that's phenomenal. That lunchtime nap, if you can get that in, many of us cannot, but if you can get that in, that's an awesome thing to do. But if you can take micro breaks throughout the day and just take a step back, close your eyes for a minute and get a moment or two of just, that's a good thing. Hope this helps. Have a great, great, great day.